Hello, people, and welcome to the second stream of the day. We'll be taking a look at the round of 16 match between the Lithuanian Muzhachello and the German player Leuschi. Muzhachello, the previous number one player on the BGA in all-time scores a few years back, if I'm not right. If I'm not wrong. And Leuschi has been doing some good work in team tournaments, playing for Germany in general. Also in the group stage, he did do some miraculous plays, which aided him to get to the playoff round one, which he then managed to qualify to the top 16 from. The player should be starting after about 5-ish minutes. So let's take a quick look at the matches that we still have. Well, first of all, we have the Muzhachello Leuschi, of course, and this will actually be the match that will determine the player who's gonna play against the winner of myself and Matej. So I will have a match against Matej on first day, so the winner of that match will play against the winner of Muzhachello Leuschi on the quarterfinals. So exciting stuff. Hello, Pavlo. Welcome to enjoy the evening. Honestly, I might be a bit biased here, but I might be slightly rooting for Leuschi here, just because Muzhachello went ahead and said that he thought his group wasn't all that difficult and it was a bunch of easy matches. I don't want to say I hate that comment, but I kind of like slightly want that to bite him. So Leuschi, if you hear this, you know what you have to do. But yeah, first and foremost, we of course hope for a great entertainment and great plays. While the players are taking their time, let's actually have a look also at the rating there at the moment. So Muzhachello is at 640. I'm also interested to know his all-time, kinda. Okay, Board Game Arena doesn't want to work. Never mind then. Let's check on Leuschi. It's gonna be 578. So around 600-ish for both players. So in regards of that, it's not going to be a massive difference. And here we go. Muzhachello starts the game with a straight line, takes a 2-point road. Leuschi grabs the vacant city cap. Muzhachello has a great use of a curve, although I do fancy this dagger to go one tile higher, just so that the city would be slightly more safe, even though it leaves a potential 3-point road for Leuschi to grab a crossroad and cut Muzhachello's road. I still prefer a safer castle over a guaranteed road point. precisely because of this, because now Muzhachello only has one possible spot to go with this extender, and it's not in a favorable spot for himself, because he is now kind of endangering his earlier city to a block via his own castle, and maybe in the worst case scenario lose 2 meeples, although that is still far from happening. But that is a potential, one of the potential scenarios. There also seems that with this road from Muzhachello, it's going to create a lot of green squares. It's going to create a large open-ish field, which Muzhachello also sees and defines that this field is already worth taking and wants to be the first one on it. Now 3 points for Leuschi at the bottom, or possibly 2 points at the top, kinda harassing. Yeah, Muzhachello's 1 point city and the road, but I do like 3 points more than the 2 points, just because this road that Muzhachello has is not really blockable, like completely. It can only be slightly harassed, it can be made more difficult to complete. And now, as you can see, it did cost him 1 point, because now Muzhachello was able to take the 3-point road with the triple city. Another crossroad, sacrificing 2 points to harass Muzhachello's castle and to limit Muzhachello's road to a field triangle again. Sacrificing points for not certain blocks. It's definitely not what I would consider to be a fan of. I think Leuschi should take it a bit more patient, score quick points where he can, and take it just very slowly at the beginning. Because it might come back to bite him that he has sacrificed already at least a total of 4 points just to make slight inconvenience to Muzhachello. Also a note for all of you that based on the feedback of the first stream, this stream is now on about a 1 minute delay. Leuschi grabs 2 points and creates a potential blocking platform for Muzhachello's castle. An indirect defense. Actually, there is only one tile for Muzhachello that he can save this meeple like completely. There is only one road, triple city with a road remaining, whereas there are 2 extenders, 3 tube dividers, quad city, and 2 triple cities with a field for Leuschi to block this meeple completely. Also, he takes the one of the daggers that Muzhachello needs to free up this meeple, so it's more so looking like this meeple is going to be trapped to 2 points for the rest of the game. And it would be kind of a disastrous for Muzhachello, because it doesn't actually look like this field is going to be that huge. It's like 9 points at the moment if Muzhachello manages to grab the final dagger or to free up his meeple from the road with a field triangle and to unify all the fields. And still there are no like great spots to start new cities from. So it's definitely looking like there is going to be a rather small field. But Leuschi decides to connect to the road, and also with that move creates another potential city on the field. So maybe there is hope for the field. And if Muzhachello um, can keep the points on that field without investing more meeples on it, it might turn out well. And Leuschi grabbing yet another field crossroad. There's only now one field crossroad remaining that Muzhachello needs, and only one dagger that Muzhachello needs. And when he has only one meeple in hand, he's kind of stuck with everything now. Like he only has really two tiles that he can get effectively meeples back, or four actually, because he can also use any other crossroads to separate Leuschi's second meeple and to own this long road completely in the north. But 36, with 36 tiles remaining and only four effective, like truly effective tiles that he can use, he's not in a great position. Of course, it will also work pretty nicely if Muzhachello is able to block the square so that nothing fits to it, and he will be left with a 9-point road against Leuschi's 1 point. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Leuschi will definitely go at the top to secure this connection, I think, because there are lots of tiles that he can still block Muzhachello's city at the bottom, but a miracle has happened, and Muzhachello gets the final dagger at the critical moment. He now has two meeples to play with, and you can count on the fact that if Muzhachello gets his hand on any city cap, he will 100% meeple this city at the top and wait for Leuschi to place a road triangle, or to wait or to wait himself to place a road triangle. And in either case, it's going to be a great trade for Muzhachello. But recognizing this, Leuschi does get to the thing before Muzhachello and grabs the castle. There are now still four road triangles remaining, so the chances of getting the road triangle that Leuschi needs over here is pretty good. Muzhachello finds the final field triangle also. Oh, but Leuschi counteracts and gets his road triangle, and even with a shield, adding 2 extra points. A great find by Leuschi to actually to meeple this castle here and to get a 12-point castle of it. And not just to get the points himself, but just more so to deny Muzhachello from meepling the same city and getting the potential of the city completion. Also, since no one hasn't said anything in the chat about the audio, I assume it's all right. Also, OBS agrees. 4 points for Leuschi from the city at the top, and Muzhachello finishes a 10-point city and adds yet another farmer to the field. Leuschi also with 2 farmers on the field at the moment, going in for the third one. Muzhachello adding more farmers for the fourth one. I imagine Leuschi will be grabbing his meeple back from his road now, getting a meeple in hand and preparing for a massive field fight, as it looks like it's going to be exactly that. A great find by Leuschi going with the road triangle actually over here to block Muzhachello's access to the field from the other side and limiting this meeple's potential to go on the field to only one single tile, as there is only one vanilla city cap left. So now it's a 50-50 whether this meeple will actually be really worth anything or not, except for the 3 points that it already has. But that's not hardly going to be a deciding factor when looking at the enormous field that is brewing here. Leuschi adding another farmer, I presume. Yes, he is. And even if this farmer would get blocked off, it does suck up Muzhachello's road meeple here. So it's not as bad. It would be a mini battle of 7 points versus 3. And when Leuschi now has the meeple advantage, I would say it slightly would be even in favor of Leuschi if Muzhachello cannot grab his meeple back from here. But we shall see about that. There are no field crossroads remaining, so anything that goes here except for a road monastery will not bring Muzhachello's meeple back, even though it will bring Leuschi's meeple onto the field. Question is, will Leuschi go over here at the bottom and drop a second farmer even? All the starting tiles are out, all the field crossroads are out. No, he just decides to connect himself. And oh my days, what a move! Waits is preparing for the field for the road monastery and decides to drop another farmer on the other side of the road. What a move! And it was also exactly when Muzhachello had a road monastery in hand, which I think he would have definitely loved to use on this road to get his road meeple back, because there are not many tiles remaining that he can get this road back with. There's one. Actually, is there even one crossroad? No, there are actually no tiles other than the road monastery with which Muzhachello can end this road with. So it's going to be a very crucial tile of which player will get the second road monastery, because it will bring both players a meeple on the field, and Leuschi gets the road monastery. But he has to think, because he also has a meeple up here in the north, which is not yet on the field, and he is actually, the field is actually at the moment 3 meeples to 3 meeples, and this would bring a fourth meeple for Leuschi. They are dead even on the scoreboard. Leuschi is able to take 6 points with this monastery if he puts it on the north. He also has 3 points on the right side field, and Muzhachello has 3 points on the left side field here, with the potential of coming to the field, of course. But Leuschi still needs to grab some points. Decides to end Muzhachello's road. I guess he's kind of maybe banking on the fact that he is going to get the final vanilla, denying Muzhachello's access to the road and maybe connecting the 5th meeple in the north to the field. And it would go here now that Muzhachello decides to flip for it. If Leuschi goes over here, and it's actually the vanilla is the only tile that goes into this gap, so I would not be astonished if Leuschi goes here. But also there is a new access point to the field over here at the bottom, which exactly might come into use for either player, and it has to be taken care of. Also, someone is gonna take this huge ruin here, but it might not even matter because the point difference is so low that the player who takes the field is inevitably going to win this first game. Muzhachello gets the vanilla he's been waiting for. Leuschi also connects with his 5th meeple. Muzhachello does still have 2 tiles left to play with, so that might make the difference. He might be able to even try to bring yet another meeple to the farm from the bottom. Not sure exactly which tiles are remaining at the moment. There are no monasteries, no vanillas, maybe regular curves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is the final curve. All triple city, squad city is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 2 triangles. Wait. What is Leuschi doing? I guess he was banking on the fact that he's gonna get a field triangle, and he does get it. And I think Muzhachello's last tile is gonna be a road triangle, but that's gonna get another meeple to the farm then, if that is the case. And it is a road triangle. But then what was the point of this northern field move with the curve? Because Leuschi had no possibility of bringing 2 meeples. Yeah, so Leuschi unfortunately loses the large field and therefore loses the first game as well. A brutal decider, this vanilla here. 1 city cap going to the right player, or right meaning in this case either player. decides the game with one more extra meeple on the field. Also, I will take a quick break to take food out of the oven. Alrighty. 1-0 for Muzhachello with a clear point lead due to winning the field. They are already in their second game. I will update the score. And we are into the next game. Lots of city caps going on in here. Looks like these players just cannot help themselves creating some fields. Muzhachello is kind of in trouble with this meeple here, needs a starting tile to get going. Leuschi lingering on both sides to just wait for his moment to strike, and I think that it might be now if he finishes the road, because even if Leuschi eventually blocks Muzhachello's meeple here, and even if it happens with a city tile, he is likely going to benefit more from a large city tile in a form of a ruin than a Muzhachello from a 2-point road, which would be blocked, but it doesn't happen. Muzhachello gets the starting tile at a precise time. Leuschi grabs a potential 4-point road, easily completable. Now what do you do? I guess maybe just finish the road here. Or even to continue Muzhachello's road to the right and meeple a city cap yourself, tying two black meeples to this one square. But the German decides otherwise. Denying some equity from Muzhachello by continuing his castle to the top, restricting Muzhachello's 2-point city here, and also it indirectly protects Leuschi's 2-point city here, and it's not going to be as easily blockable, but whoa, I gotta say I disagree with Leuschi's move here quite heavily, because the initial idea that I think that should be going here when you go with a row triangle facing up is that you are making it harder for your opponent to finish the city here and block your own castle. But now he willingly kinda makes that one and only reason to place the triangle here like empty. And now this triangle pretty much serves almost no purpose. Like you are winning this mini battle by 2 points, but it's not really a great victory. And also there were still all three daggers remaining, so even if there would be a road sticking downwards, it would still create a possibility to finish this 6-point city here and then meeple a farmer. So it's not like it would be even bad if Muzhachello ended up finishing his own city and slightly blocking Leuschi's city here. Now, interesting stuff is happening here. Muzhachello with 0 meeples. And honestly, not so many places that Muzhachello can get his meeples back from easily. He can get his road meeple back here with 2 curves. He needs a city crossroad, not a city crossroad, but a field crossroad on his other road or a road monastery, but then the road monastery would kind of go to waste because he's not going to be able to meeple it. So he might end up using a valuable tile just to get a meeple back, which is going to be good for Leuschi. Gets a curve, pre-finishes the road with any curve now, and when he gets it, it's going to be an automatic platform to block Leuschi's 1 point city here and create a potentially Muzhachello will then be able to grow his own part of the city with X amount of tiles. Leuschi trying to set up a blocking here to assumably a crossroad. Or really any tile, to be honest. Anything that he can restrict the completion of this road with is good here. Muzhachello gets a meeple back with a field crossroad, so that's good for him. Leuschi takes the vacant city cap, meeples it, and Muzhachello immediately investing his meeple back into action. Now waiting to get anything back, really, any triangles, but there are tons of triangles already gone. 7 triangles already gone, and that's not really good for Muzhachello, as the chances of him getting a meeple back or basically all require a triangle or a splitter tile, except for his road, which he can use now a regular curve, which there are 6 remaining, so there are good chances that he will finish this at some point. Meanwhile, Leuschi probably is just going to take 2 points because he doesn't want to allow Muzhachello to be able to have a city cap and finish the castle at the top, so that's why Leuschi does not connect to it just yet. Although he just No, actually he doesn't run the risk of Muzhachello splitting Leuschi away because both dividers are already gone. Meanwhile, Muzhachello gets the curve he's waiting, and now things are looking interesting because both players are with one meeple and both players are essentially stuck in every single castle with all their meeples. Everything, every castle is shared here. No one can get really points. Like, well, Muzhachello can add couple of points into the northern part here with triple cities with a field, maybe even connect everything from here together and just yeah connect Leuschi's one meeple like Leuschi's one point city here, but then of course Leuschi can just connect with his second meeple here, so that is a really long-term plan. I think we are going to see a very low point scoring game because it's not really in the interest of either player to really connect anything here except if they can get 1 or 2 points. So basically Leuschi can only connect stuff at the top and Muzhachello can get 2 points from the middle castle here and 1 point from the castle in the bottom left corner. Leuschi grabs himself to uh, 4 points after Muzhachello gave the opportunity by taking 2 points with a city crossroad. Pretty much the only tile that Muzhachello was able to add any points without giving meeples back for both players comes in a form of a shielded field triangle. Leuschi wisely prevents any further plans of Muzhachello's ruin growing. And Leuschi might just have to meeple the city cap here and hope that he gets another city cap quickly enough so that he can get any points on the scoreboard. Because at the moment I think Leuschi is behind just a few points, six points ahead on the scoreboard, but 7 points ahead, 8, 11, 6, 7. No, actually Leuschi is ahead by 4 points. So he might not have to meeple, but I think he still will. I think there are a comfortable amount of city caps remaining. Muzhachello does not back away one bit from a juicy monastery, and he shouldn't, because there are still triangles that he can get meeples back with. Well, 2 triangles, from which Leuschi just took one for himself, so only 1 triangle for a Muzhachello to get a meeple back. He can use triple cities, but well, yeah, he can use triple cities, but they will not provide an immediate meeple back to his hand. Interesting decision by Leuschi here. I'm not sure why he is not going to start bothering, for example, this city over here. I think there is still a road triangle remaining. Never mind, it's a field triangle that remains, so cannot get extra points from here by finishing a castle. But the move that he did does not really achieve anything. I think it only blocks maybe a desperate attempt of a triple city connection, but there is a triple city spot for another ruin here anyway, so doesn't really matter. Also, Leuschi just ended up giving 1 point to Muzhachello here by going with the field triple city over here. I'm not so sure about that move. Like, why would you not just connect to your opponent's castle and get 3 points for yourself? It's this has to be a mistake. I don't see any positive sides that could really come from this. And now Leuschi has to meeple another castle. Yeah, like it's not looking that great with this tile, although he can turn it to the left, and if there are no suitable tiles remaining for Muzhachello, it would be basically unharassable. There seems to be one tube divider remaining, but that's about it. Well, there's 2 triple cities. That is the tube divider. There are still 3 city caps remaining. Muzhachello grabs yet another one. And yeah, Leuschi is now left with a very, very uncomfortable tile, which he cannot use to benefit it from. He can't benefit this. Yeah, Leuschi just cannot benefit from this extender, like, in any way. Meanwhile, Muzhachello just loves grabbing these city caps, and it's looking like Muzhachello is going to take this one home. He had a rather, well, slightly risky monastery here, but he was definitely behind in points at that moment, so he did need to take that where it mattered, and he was also able to finish it, have a nice 9 points. Then Leuschi was in a position where he needed to meeple another city cap, and now he's in big trouble. Does he even have a city cap that he can get a meeple back from? Is there a starting tile? I think there is actually. There is a starting tile, but if he wants to have any hope, he like needs to have it on his very next turn. And even that might not be enough because it might be too late already. +7 for Muzhachello on the scoreboard, +6, +5, +4, +2, +7. Yeah, it's +10 on the scoreboard for Muzhachello, now +16. Leuschi does get his meeple back, but it's too late to do any critical point scoring. He was a bit unlucky with the city caps. He didn't receive any, and Muzhachello just kept scoring. He's able to meeple this 7-point ruin, but it's not going to be enough. Ultimately, it might have been just this field triple city which cost Leuschi the game for some inexplicable reason. Leuschi ended up giving 1 point to Muzhachello whilst not joining his meeple to another castle that Muzhachello has, which would have been automatically 3 points, so effectively a 4-point difference. And then maybe he wouldn't even have had the need of meepling a city cap. Maybe he could have just hoped to leave it there and just wait for quick point tiles. But this is definitely not going to be enough anymore, whatever Leuschi does, and it looks like it's going to be a clean 2-0 victory for Muzhachello here, continuing the win streak that he has. And grabbing the second quarterfinal spot. Yeah, Leuschi saying no chance. Well, I I mean, yeah, there is no chance anymore, but I think there might have been earlier had he done some different decisions. Let's see how big the point difference is going to be. It's about 8 points. Yeah, Muzhachello wins by 8 points and goes to the quarterfinals with a 2-0 result. 4 points here, lost for inexplicable reason. Then an extender here. I still cannot really understand why Leuschi made that move in the first place. Could have started just another city perhaps, like next to Muzhachello's road that he had back then over here. And yeah, I'm curious if Leuschi ends up watching this stream later, then I would be very curious of the moves you made along the way. So, Muzhachello going to the quarterfinals, and he is going to face the winner of the match between myself and Matej 11. That's happening on Thursday at 8 p.m. UTC. Future matches happening tomorrow, someone you know, and Siegfried will be going head to head. It's gonna be an interesting match for sure. Then on 15th there are 3 different matches. Myself and Matej starting off at 8 p.m. Lawyer Estronchio not so far behind, starting only 30 minutes afterwards. And then Viv and Claudio Horcuera going at 10 p.m. So a full evening worth of matches there. Then on 16th, Alexei will be going against Posic. That's at least going to be interesting how Posic has prepared for it. And then the week will end with a Sunday match between Self-Evident and UI Scooty. And then we'll see who have made it to the top 8 at that point. Interesting stuff. Congratulations to Muzhachello for reaching the quarterfinals. A clean run. Minus 3% for a consecutive win. Yes, indeed. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate change by BGA. That is probably going to stay unless we are told otherwise. But it's not one of their best website improvements. I'll tell you that much. I would wholeheartedly agree. All right, thank you guys for following the match with me. Thank you, Leuschi, for being part of the CCL Season 1. It was a pleasure. And hopefully you will have some better results even in the next seasons. Who knows? Might be in it or might be not. We don't. No one